we're back with another episode of the Youth Ministry Booster Podcast. Sometimes it's too early in the morning to say it that quickly. Sorry, everybody, but I'm here with my favorites. This is the one, the only Alleigh Jezek.
Hello, guys. So glad to be here.
Hey, buddy. How are you doing today?
I am doing great.
Oh, man. We finally got you back from camp and all the other things that you had going on this summer. So we are so glad that you're here with us, hanging out in the garage on a Friday morning. I feel like a lot of youth pastors, this is the best time to do a little bit of for Fridays, right? Fridays
it is
a little catch all day.
Yeah, it is. We get a little bit of relax to download the week.
Yes, a little processing. Yeah, where are you at today? Like, so this is a Friday.
Yeah.
It's the heat of summer. Are you riding high? The last couple episodes we've talked about kind of like some of those summer slump feelings or post camp brain. Just let's do a little quick vibe check. Alleigh, where's your brain space today? Where are you at today?
Yeah, I feel like right after camp, I hit I need a break.
Yeah.
I need rest, like in a good way. Like I need some time with me and the Lord to just rest and reflect.
Yes, renew.
See my family, see my little niece.
Yeah.
You know, just the good things. And now I'm like refreshed and renewed and ready to go. Like I'm ready for the school year to start.
Is that coming like a wave for you? Like, is it one of those that like you just know you need like a week or a few days and then you bounce back?
Yes.
Or like what do you have? Do you have like a certain protocol of like, I need a day alone, a day with my family, and then
Yeah, I come home. I have the privilege of still living at home, and I just need to go and shut my door for a little bit and just rest. I can tell when I start to get short with people, I'm like, okay, I need to rest. I need to spend time with the Lord, and I need to pray.
Yeah.
And I'm not super extroverted, so a week of camp is a lot.
Okay.
So I come home and I'm
depletes
like,
the batteries.
yes, yeah. Oh, I'm depleted.
Okay.
And I'm like, let me spend some time with the Lord. Let me get a couple hours, and just to celebrate the wins. Like I have to remind myself, like, man, this is why we did what we did, and God, thank you for what you did. And that will always refresh me and get me ready.
Do you journal that? Do you write that, record that? Or is that more just kind of like an internal, like kind of process, practice for things?
I'd say it's internal. Okay. Sometimes I get in the swing of like writing out things. If I'm feeling unfocused, I've got to write it out or else my head is everywhere. But also I get the privilege of coming home to my family and like celebrating all the wins with them.
Talking it out.
Talking to Pastor Keith, you know, he didn't come to camp this year. So I got to like come and share everything with him, and it was awesome.
That's
so
awesome.
I got to download it with people I love and care about.
Cool. Well, I want to hear a little bit. We were talking before on the show, some of the things that are just kind of happening I always want to know, you're serving in a place, neighbor here, would love having some of our Tulsa family come drop by the studio. But some of the things that like your kids are really into, because this is always just that like, where's everybody else at for stuff? So I don't know for folks at home, but for right now, your boys are like all about what? Like
they're about Clash Royale. Okay, I walked in this Sunday morning, and they're all just like sitting on their phones. Like, and there's ping pong, there's board games, there's foosball. There's plenty of options,
but not checked out. Like this is that was the part. There wasn't like they were on their phones as like an act of rebellion. No.
Like their leaders sitting there on their phone. So I walk in the room and I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Fellas.
You know? And they're like, Clash Royale.
Yeah.
And I offended them saying like, oh, that's like Clash of Clans. Oh, absolutely
How
not.
dare you? How dare you?
No, exactly. I even mentioned I got on stage and I was like, so I hear the new thing is like Clash Royale, and the girls are like,
groaning.
No. But the guys are like, yeah. And I'm like, hey, at least you're like doing it together.
That's right.
You know?
We're playing together, but don't get their obsession wrong. Listen, if somebody's really into something, to call the thing by its name. That's right. Don't confuse it. Yes. This isn't Pokemon. This is we're clashing.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, one of the things that I was really excited to have you come by and share is you are in a church that you know, but in a new way in the last year or so. So one of the things that's really going to flavor our conversation today is that in a new way. Like, and that's, I think for a lot of youth ministry friends, one of the growing trends or statistics that we've seen over the last couple years is that there's a lot of people that may or may not be new to their church. Either they were hired internally or they've kind of shifted roles. But a lot of people are experiencing kind of we'll call it new season, like a new season of life. And some of those are met with a lot of frustration because it feels like they're having to do cleanup or like fix problems. But for some other friends, things are going pretty excellent, not without effort, not without hustle, not without prayer, not without labor. But there's some things that are good. And so I wanted you to make sure to share some of those things along the way because, again, It's always fun to have neighbors by because it feels like I can validate the stories are true.
Yep.
Sometimes we have people come by and it's like, yeah, man, that sounds good. I have no idea. But for you and for your ministry, I know it to be true. But there's been some things that have been really exciting, opportunities and growth and baptisms and change and just maybe like I think almost like attunement. But to say more about this like last year of season. And if you saw it coming or if it surprised you, tell us about the goodness of God in the last year, Alleigh.
Oh, it surprises me. As I was just driving over here, I was thinking to myself, Lord, I can't even believe like where I'm at, and like what you're doing in the ministry, like shocked every single day. Whenever I moved over, I was so nervous and I did not want to do it. Like I was already working in the place I loved, one church, but moving over was hard.
Yeah. One church, new location.
Yes, one church, new location, But I had my community. My friends were surrounding me. I had my students, but the Lord made it like evidently clear. And so I would say one thing for the new person is like, my prayer was like, Lord, make me excited. Like, Lord, make this fresh, make me excited, get me ready. And I'll tell you that a week before I started, I was ready to go. I was like, get me out. I'm ready. Like, here we are. And so the Lord answered that prayer of just like excitement. And I got in and I like observed for a couple of days, like, okay, let's see what things are like over here. And then I started moving really quick. But with relationships. So it wasn't like, let me come in and change everything you guys have done. It's like, hey, what are your favorite parts about your student ministry? And I gathered those things. And I was like, okay, these are like what I need to keep. Like these are foundational to these students, to these leaders who have been here way longer than I have. And then what are some things that you guys want to see grow? And how can I be a part of that? And so I'll tell you, it started with the most simple thing. The first thing I did was I cleaned the building.
Okay.
And I mean, like, literally.
Can we just take a pause? This is why you're one of my favorites. This is why I appreciate you so much. Literally getting the house in order sometimes means getting the house in order. Like I think a lot of folks use phrases like vision and strategy, but sometimes the biggest win starts with the cleanest room.
Yes, it does. And honestly, I've been reading like Leviticus and Numbers.
That supply closet's got to become your prayer closet.
But honestly, like I just read it and I'm like, man, Lord, you really did care about what your temple looked like. Like you were very specific. And so I cared. Plus you want to create an environment where like when a new student walks through the door, they're like, oh, wow. This is really cool. Not like,
look at these boxes of old T-shirts.
Or all these like rolling office chairs, like, just
unless that's the game. Or sorry.
That's so true. Yes.
It's just office chair bowling. Like that's sorry.
Hey.
Can't recommend it. Check your insurance policy first. Yeah.
No kidding. That sounds fun.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, I just cleaned and I didn't do it alone. I like asked some students and leaders to come, which I will tell you the student and leader that came and helped me that day organize, move couches, make their rooms more suitable for kids to set and have small group time just to add some of those things. Like I have the best relationship I've had with any student and leader because I spent that time with them. And I remember that like Sunday, people coming in were just like, whoa, like it looks different in here, And sometimes just a little change is nice.
So let's go ahead and say it because it's timely. It's the end of summer. Some of you are itching to do a new thing in your ministry. That new thing may be painting a wall. Like, can we just talk about the ministry of painting a wall every 4 months? Just sometimes you take the couches you have and you rearrange them and it feels new again. New life.
It does. And even with like the dream team room, like where dream teamers were huddling, like that atmosphere needed to be upgraded. I wanted them to have snacks and Alani's. That's their favorite. If you have dream teamers, they love Alani.
What are the flavors? Is there like a force rank flavors or does it matter?
It probably does matter. I should ask them. I just buy the ones that I'm like, oh, there's the Alani's.
Just Costco, Sam's Club kit. Get them all.
They love them. They're gone within like 2 weeks.
Perfect.
I'm like, we need more Alani's. But just like
energize your team. Caffeinate. Caffeinate, hydrate.
And give them snacks. They want some things in the morning. So just even opening that space was nice. Like you could just tell they were like, oh, because it shows you care. Like whenever you'll do the like dirty things, like paint a wall or move a couch or clean a room, they're like, Okay, you're
Yeah.
interested in
They'll
this.
do the when you do the detail stuff, it
Hmm.
can show up. No, that's 100%, 100%. What were some of the things that like organizationally were a part of, but also like the mobilization of student stuff too? I think that's one of the things
Mm.
that's become kind of like a conversation point for the excitement around what's happening at your campus. Is the students really mobilized? Is there something that changed or shifted, or is there just some inner
Mm.
momentum that was built, or can you share more? Or yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy. We started with like, I think 6 community groups total, and
okay,
we're at 12
okay,
now,
yeah,
to date. And I think students, we started this invite culture, like, come on, bring your friends. Like, this
okay,
isn't just about you guys. It is about you guys. I love you guys. It's
mm-hmm,
also about your friends,
yeah,
and you need to go into your schools. And
mm,
so I started going in their schools. I
okay,
started showing up to their sports, like just doing things that they saw that hopefully they would then reflect me, that my leaders would be like,
yeah,
ooh, I want to go to their sports and be a part of this.
yeah,
And it just started to grow this like energy that wasn't necessarily there before,
okay,
of like, wait, this isn't just the small ministry we've had. Let's grow this, keep that family feel, and let's
yeah,
go be on mission for the Lord.
mm,
And so that invite culture, just time after time and showing up, they saw what it could look like to do that
yeah.
for their friends.
Tell us more, because invite culture
Hmm.
is a phrase that I think is really significant for youth ministry, because it does, I think, name a feature that a lot of people have hope for in their ministry. Can you break that down even more specifically in the ways in which were you instructing students to invite to an event? Was it something that you preached about more? Was it something that like did you train your students on it? But like what are the elements of the culture of
Yeah.
invite for you? Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing I did is I found the students who were doing it, because there were
Okay.
some, and I celebrated them
Yeah.
all the time.
Shout out to Stephanie and Tim. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And just like shared the stories of their
Yeah.
friends that were coming. Like,
Mm.
hey, because of this student's, faith, they went and they invited their friend, and they're
Like
saved
from
and
the platform, like
baptized.
when you're
Oh, yeah.
like this is part of the weekly message
Hmm.
is students by name. Were you like
Oh, yeah.
okay,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
definitely.
okay, okay,
Definitely. I
yeah,
will celebrate them. I actually just this Sunday, well, not this Sunday, it was a Sunday after camp, a student invited a friend to come to camp. And in the middle of like main service, like I had the 2 kids stand up, and
yeah,
I was like, hey, church family, like,
okay,
I want you to see that this student
yeah,
invited this friend. He got saved and baptized at camp. And like,
okay,
here he is. And that can be a lot for a student. They're probably like, Allie, why
yeah.
are you doing this? But it does create excitement. Like,
Well, but this is if we live in an influencer culture, right
mhm,
or wrong. I've got
yeah,
mixed feelings too. Peop the DNA of that is that
mm,
people are looking to other
yeah,
people in in ways in which to point the way or to
yeah,
model or shape or influence their
hmm,
lives.
yeah,
And so we have to kind of call it up or call it
yep,
out, right? Like, I mean,
mm-hmm,
even if the student, this year got it and
yeah,
next year is going through a
mhm,
rough patch and maybe we
right,
wouldn't have them stand in front of their
yeah,
peers, but that's kind of part of
hmm,
the larger
yeah.
culture for this particular work. Yeah.
That's so true. And that makes me think another thing with invite culture. One thing I did is I tried to have like a greater social media presence.
Okay.
And I would send all those things to the kids and be like, you need to post this everywhere you can.
Okay. So with instructions, it wasn't just
Hmm.
like Allie's posting, hey, our campus is doing this
Hmm.
thing, but you were sending the
Yes.
assets to the students
Hmm.
that they could use with even instruction of
Hmm.
when and what to okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
When to show up, what we were doing, why they should be there. I would record videos of like myself and like tag them in it, so they
Okay.
would repost
Yeah.
all that.
Oh, the
Cause
power of the repost.
I
Like that
know.
is like because for so many students, like
Hmm.
like asking them to create a post to share
Yeah.
with their friends is like a lot,
Uh
but
huh.
to tag or collab or
Hmm.
again one layer more to send and do it's what's required.
Yes, and it makes a difference. And I started seeing like I would look at my stories and be like, wow, there's a lot of students liking my Instagram story. Like I've never
Yeah.
focused on that, but I saw
Yeah.
it and I was like, okay, this is important then.
Yeah.
Like they're
They're
watching
taking
this.
stock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
interested in
Yeah.
it. So I just started doing that. And then it was every single night, it was,
Mhm.
hey, you need to be inviting your friends. There was one Wednesday night, I remember we had a salvation moment. And I had it planned. I had the prayer written, like I'm ready to go into this. And I just looked around and there was not a single new kid that
Mm.
that night.
Mm.
And so I stepped off the stage and
Mm.
I said, hey, we're gonna have a family meeting really quick. I'm really proud of you guys. Like, I acknowledge, because they are great. These kids are phenomenal. They are on fire for the Lord. But I said, if we don't bring new people in to what we're doing, we're missing the point here. Like, we want to see kids' lives changed for eternity. And I know in your schools, in your homes, there are people who need to know Jesus. And so if we're not bringing them into what we're doing, then it's useless. You know, like, I know you're growing spiritually, which is awesome. We want that too.
Yeah.
But more than anything, we need new people to come in and see what God is doing. The church is not these four walls. It's out of this. You are the church. You are the body. And so I challenge them anytime. I'm like, where are the new people? And so they feel that. They're like, okay, wait, it is my responsibility. And I actually had a student, I was talking to them about the importance of consistency. This week at lunch, I had lunch with a couple of them. And the student said, I loved this. He's like, if I'm not there consistently, then my new friends who I've invited now are coming and I'm not there. And it is my responsibility to reach out to them to make sure that they're coming back and that they feel connected. And I was like, that's it. That's how every student, that's how I should feel. That's how every student and leader should feel, that it is our responsibility to go do that. So the culture just grew.
Well, and that's to have them voice that, and for you to capture that and share that and reshare that, like, that is, they need to feel the burden of it. And that's one of the things that's such an important shift, from the frustration that many of us have of passive or consumer Christianity, is to just wait and see what happens instead of feeling like, again, membered to the body, not member of, but membered to, that, like, my presence here matters. My consistency is not just for me, but for others. That's huge. And was there something that kind of triggered in that young man that way, or, like, not to, like, pry into his life, but it feels like you don't have a revelation like that unless like, was there, like, another, like, person that, I don't know, is there more to that can maybe help us see or understand? Okay.
Yeah. So this student has done a really great job, like, building his community group.
Okay.
He has been there since the beginning. His parents are a huge part of our church. And so he's invited all these boys in and created this a really fun community where, like, these boys are cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're cool and they're showing up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is awesome. And that group actually...
Isn't it so, boys groups are my favorite when they kind of galvanize that way or whatever, when they become, like, the squad or the bros or, like, the wolf pack or whatever. It really is something. Yeah.
No, they're awesome. Every day I'm like, you guys are coming here?
Yeah.
Like, this is the goal. Like, this is what I need. I need more of you guys in this building. And their group got so big, we needed to multiply it, which was hard for these boys because they also have a phenomenal leader that they look up to, but they have 3 or 4 phenomenal leaders. So it was ready. Like, we were ready to multiply. And so I think we started talking to them in maybe early May about this, telling them, hey, this is going to happen at camp. I always like to prepare people for what's going to happen. I never just want to surprise them.
You prepared them for the split?
I did. I've learned that it's the best way to go about it. I have seen them be shocked and just be in tears and distraught. I would rather them be mad at me and in tears and distraught months before it happens, so that I can challenge them to pray, to seek the Lord, to make it fun. Hey, Lord, would you make this exciting? And if it's not your will, would you let it not happen? Which is true. I want to ask the Lord that. Like, Lord, am I making the right decision here? So we got them ready and it multiplied, and it's going really good. And so I think this particular student sees like the fruit, like, wow, now this is 2 groups, and now there's even more students coming in because there's more space for them. There's more space for them to talk. And there's just all these kids that keep flowing in. And so I think it gives them that responsibility, because I told him, I said, you're a leader. You are, like, a huge reason as to why this is happening. And so he feels that in him. Like, he knows he's a leader. He knows it's his responsibility, and he has accepted it. So it's cool to hear him say that, though.
That's really cool. Okay. Well, one of the things we always want to ask folks are some of the pieces of their ministry puzzle. I mean, that's youth ministry seems to have these kind of 7 or 8 big buckets or tent poles of things related to a weekly program and events and student leadership opportunities. It takes volunteers and parents, but small groups, call it by whatever you want, C group, D group, life group, whatever the phrasing is, a smaller cluster of students, usually with some kind of leader or guide or mentor, is a big piece of it. What does that look like at your ministry? In what ways has it changed? 'Cause I know it's a big part. I don't want to give it away. I know it's a big part, but I want to hear you share a little bit the vision of that piece of your ministry, because I do think there's some things there for everybody, but also some exciting, like, unique things too. Yeah.
Definitely. Small groups are the reason our church happens. Yeah. And it's the reason kids want to come. Yeah. Like, they want to be there because of their small groups. So I'll give you like the logistics. Sunday morning, we have no worship in students. And I mean like verbal worship, praising God, you know. We have a
song free.
Yes, song free.
That's for later. Yeah.
It is. It's, hey, you need to go to main service and sit under the teaching of our senior pastor, because he's got something for you too.
And the band's not bad. The band's they're pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, right.
And so we do a short message, and by short I mean we're trying to keep it 10 to 12. Yeah. For me, that's hard. Yeah. So I like to let other students do it.
I'm sure. Okay. I was going to say, for a lot of folks, I think 10 or 12 would be hard, but you're like, it's so hard for me. I delegate it. Yeah. Say more.
I do. I delegate it. Sunday mornings are cool because it's like not super formal. Like I'm going to have a dream team. My goal is that I'm not on stage on Sunday morning, honestly. Okay. Like this is, I want to see my students lead. I want to see my dream teamers lead. Yeah. They've got this. And so they'll do that. And then we'll go into small groups, which whenever I got over to where I am now, there were, like I said, 6 groups. Okay. And there were like
6. Is that give us a little bit of the lay of the land. That's grade and gender. Are they choosing it? Is the 6 like literally just a 6th grade, a 7th grade, a 8th grade, or like what does that look like?
Yeah, so they were grade and gender, but all high school girls met together. Every high school girl. It was like a group of like 25 girls with like 5 leaders. Okay. And I was like, that's different.
That's almost like a little mini ministry. Yeah,
it was like a mini ministry, which they loved it. I mean, they were having fun, but we also have 40 minutes on Sunday morning to have group time.
So 40 minutes divided by 25 plus 5 plus intro means that no one's really talking or sharing. Right. Yeah, they're there. Yes. But the depth is probably minimal.
Right. Yeah. We just got through the excitement of our weekend, and now we have prayer requests.
We did highs and lows, and then we left.
No, really. Yeah, Mom's like, what'd you learn today? You're like, well, Sally had a great weekend. She went to the lake.
Yeah. Like, and Christine broke up, and Carissa is worried about a test. Yeah, great. Yeah. Again, not wrong, no. But maybe not as deep as,
Yeah, so we had that high school girls group. We had a middle school girls group, which was 7th and 8th, and then 6th kind of started their own. Okay. And then there was...
The babies.
Yes, the babies. The babies had their own little
Sorry, they're, I'm sure you're so grown. So grown. Yeah, sorry.
They're young.
Oh, they're so young.
Yeah.
They're so young.
And little, I know. I'm like, I always feel bad. I'm like, man, you're about to be in a ministry with like a fully bearded man that looks like he's like 20. Right.
Yeah, these 6'5" teenagers, and they're just like, no. I as someone who has a 5th grader that's like going to intermediate stuff already, like he's already gotten taller, but yet everybody he's around is even bigger than he is, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah. And then we had a high school boys group that was like 11th and 12th grade. Okay. 9th and 10th grade were separate from that, and then one middle.
Because they weren't as cool, right? Like that's You'll never catch a senior with a freshman. Get out of here.
Yeah. What was so cool?
I'd rather be dead.
No kidding. They're like, no way. This is our own little group. We've been here since the beginning. They're like,
right. We know they'll grow up one day. Yeah.
But they all just had a lot of leaders, which was awesome. Okay. It's like, wow, we have a lot of bought-in leaders. And so I was like, well, we're going to multiply these groups, because to me, the smaller, the better. And I didn't used to love this. I was a community group leader before I was on staff. Yeah. And if they would have tried to tell me I needed to multiply my group.
Yeah, good.
I would have been like, no.
You keep saying multiply with a real positive tone. I don't know. Yeah, give us the other side of that, because sometimes we're like, we're out here, we're multiplying, and I'm sure the leaders are like, you're splitting my group in half.
Yeah, split is the word I used always. And then I was like, there's a negative connotation around this, because while, yes, we are like splitting the group, really what we're doing is multiplying your group and creating a space where you can talk, where you have that time. You can go deeper than your prayer requests, your highs and lows. You can get to know your leaders better. Like you can grow that really strong relationship with them, but also when the new student comes in, they're 10 times more comfortable coming into that, and they're actually seen. And it's not like, oh, well, I don't have to show up to this because there's 25 other girls. No one's even going to know.
Yeah.
When there's 5 girls in a group and one's gone, everybody knows that girl is gone.
Yeah.
And so I just started thinking, okay, we got to, multiply just gives it a better, it's just more positive. It really
Words
is.
build worlds. And it's not, that's not trying to be like trite about it. It really does matter because I mean, words are the things that we use to paint vision. And if you're saying we're splitting groups, that sounds painful. Multiplying sounds like they're a part of a solution. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so what I like to do, like I said, is give them a pretty good heads up and always cast the vision to those groups. So going in so this is Sunday morning, we're still talking about, I specifically was like casting vision to these groups and explaining to them. I even told my leaders this on Sunday. If you have 10 students in a community group, and they all go through an icebreaker question, you have now spent 10 minutes of your time doing that.
Yeah.
Then if you do prayer requests, if you're a girls group, you've spent about 20 now. Yeah. Going through those.
Middle school girls, maybe even more, because you've got to have the backstory on the cat we're praying for.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, or like the math test that's coming up.
Right.
Just going to break them.
Here's the actual geometric problem I'm worried about.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Did this become tutoring? Yeah.
No, seriously. Yeah. It cracks me up. It's so sweet though. I love.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's real. Like,
it is.
Like that is, sorry, this is super sidebar. Middle school prayer requests are my favorite because it's such a refreshing thing from sometimes when you're in adult classrooms and they pray and it just feels like a medical chart of everybody's like injuries, wounds, and kidneys that we're praying for. That like when like the middle schooler is just like, I'm really worried about Tabitha.
Yeah.
And you're like, who's Tabitha? My tabby cat.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, it's the best. It's the best, and it seems so small to us, but it's a big deal to them. And so I'm like, all right, let's pray for that cat. Okay?
Yeah. No,
here
like
we go.
we're gonna maybe not its soul, but we'll pray for its health.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the best. But we just, we casted vision towards that of like, okay, now you've spent 35 minutes in your group and you've gotten nowhere.
Yeah.
You've gotten somewhere. You're connecting.
Well, but not week over week. And that's one of the things, like even your management of the economy of time that we have, because this is one of the things for our friends listening. I think sometimes we measure small groups week to week as like, how did this week go? But because they're meeting week over week, it's like a TV show that's either episodic or this week was fine. The leaders were there. The kids didn't get hurt. We read the verses and we prayed, but there wasn't anything from June to July. Yeah. There wasn't anything from October to May. And that's some of the small group vision that you've got to cast beyond just like, we made this week happen.
Yeah.
Versus like, okay, but in 4 weeks' time, is this group, whatever word, deeper, more connected, more studied, more spiritual, like that. Yeah. Those things matter in a way that like true growth happens and not just like, well, we did the thing.
Yes. Yeah. No kidding. No kidding. I mean, there's only like 51 Sundays. So you've got 51 hours.
Right.
Now, part of community groups. So a Sunday morning, we multiplied those groups and the kids actually appreciated it because they were like, oh, wait. You're right, Alleigh. Like, we've got some time now to talk about some things. And it also pushes our introverted friends to not just be able to hide, which is their desire often is to want to hide. And those are the students who have struggled with what I've done the most. Sure. But they also understand, like, wait, I have a voice. Yeah. If I'm going to grow.
Has the smaller group helped them find that voice instead of the 25?
Yes.
What has been some of the tension there? Because you shared earlier that you're an introvert. Yeah. So has there been like have there been planes of connection or conversations that maybe you could share with us that we could take and share with our students? Yeah.
I think one of my favorite conversations I've recently had, I just multiplied a group. And one of the girls, she just doesn't love to talk, which is fine, but she's so wise. And so I said, you are so wise. You are such a leader. These girls, they want to hear from you. Try this out. And 2 Sundays ago, that group decided they wanted to do a Bible study outside of church. And so it has given them those avenues to lead in different ways, to walk outside of the church to where that group wasn't doing that. But because it got multiplied, those girls were actually like, oh, wait, hold on. like we could go have a Bible study.
Okay.
You know, and it's allowed them to grow closer to one another and to grow deeper in their faith because they do have to now share some of those things.
Yeah.
They didn't love it, but they're getting there. And it takes time. Like, it takes time. And that first week, they were like, this is not a good idea. Second week, they're like, we want to start a Bible study. And I'm like, okay,
good.
Must be going good. So it does some of those, like, just that sweet conversation with that girl, though, of just like, okay, I'm going to try this out. Like, I understand what you're saying. I'm really grateful you see me as a leader.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes.
That's so good. That's so good. Well, one of the things we wanted to talk about, because this is part of your story, if you want to share a little bit more, church as a thing growing up. So we always talk about most youth ministers either grew up in it and had a really great experience and they want to give back. But for some folks, they grow up in church and it was a great experience. So they're like almost trying to redeem the time. Church for young Alleigh was not fun, not great, and maybe a little bit awkward. Can we use the safe cover word? What are some of the ways in which, like, from your story to now your ministry leadership, that you've tried to reconcile what youth ministry is for folks and how it like can matter and it is fun, but it's not silly, but it's also serious and just all the things. Church was so tough for me growing up whenever I was forced to go. And I just remember walking through the doors and always feeling like it was just about everybody's feelings. And what I always wished I would have had was something I could have done when I got there that didn't require talking. So I'm saying the small things here. Say the small things.
9 square, ping pong, video games, all those things are very helpful for that kid who's walking in, knows not a single person in the ministry, but when they get here, they have an avenue to make them not feel isolated, which is to jump in 9 square. Don't have to say a word in that game. You just hit the ball and you get back in line. But it does make that person feel more comfortable.
They know where to stand. Like it is, well, because that's one of the things that, so one of our other questions to talk about are just some of the, like, the pieces and the rituals of being a part of the ministry. And like, I think we take for granted, even for our folks that are like semi-churched or de-churched or whatever, like, you know, statistical word you want to give them, is that like, it's kind of an awkward thing to like, I mean, sitting in a circle and talking about how your week went, if you don't regularly do that, is odd. People praying for their cats is weird. Like, it lands weird on our ears too. And so just having some of those, like, oh, that's a switch. They're playing Mario Kart. I know what to do. Oh, there's a basketball or there's a ping pong. I know what to do. Oh, we're all making coffee drinks. I know how to do that. And so just again, it's not that we're like just doing like consumery, seekery. Like, it's just like, I know how to be in this place together.
Yes, to give students just what's interesting to them, what will give them a place. And I think events are huge.
This is the Clash Royale corner.
No, I mean, seriously though, there could be that boy, you know, who they come and they're like, wait, they play Clash Royale here? This is the coolest place I've ever been.
Time to get some cardboard crowns in a little corner of the world out.
No kidding. I bet one day in a year I'm going to be playing Clash Royale.
It's coming for you. No, it's coming for you. It is. It is.
But it is. It's just helpful to meet them where they're at, make them feel comfortable first. And then you've got to make it fun. Like, I thought church
Talk
was
about
boring.
fun in your ministry, because as someone who like grew up thinking church wasn't fun, how have you made it your quest to make church fun?
Well, first of all, I switch it up. Like, we don't follow the same flow every single week.
There's no template. There's no like the same thing happens every time.
I mean, we definitely have worship and like a message, but the like flow of service, it's going to be switched up all the time. Because I just don't want kids to walk in and be like, oh, we do this and then this and then this.
I can show up late for,
Right, let me miss this part of service that I don't like. They'll walk in and be like, oh man, I missed the part I do like, because they switched the service
God,
up.
the songs were first. No!
Yes, right. And so we just change things up. We play games, but games that I know these kids are going to enjoy. So a game we won't play.
What's your filter? Give us your game filter. This is where like everybody says fun's important, and then when we say the small things, people start to disagree. So give us the
Okay, game you won't see me playing. Is Four Corners. Okay, they do it in school. It's part of gym class. How many kids like school? Not very many. And so I'll knock that one out quick. I just think they're too old now. Maybe if I was with 6th and 7th graders, they would love Four Corners. My high schoolers are like, why are we playing this?
I don't want to run to the corner. I don't want to run at all.
Yes. So we actually try to take trending games
Okay.
and play them
Okay.
on a Wednesday night. So, for example, a favorite is called Silent Library.
Okay.
You've ever watched those TikToks where they're like opening a can, like
Yeah.
in the mic, and they're trying to do it as quiet as they can? We have the little like sound thing,
Okay.
and we like record them so the whole room is just like silent.
Okay.
And they're listening to this kid like crack a can open and then burp, and they're trying to do it quieter than the kid that's going next. And it's something they've seen on Instagram.
Amazing, yeah.
So they're like, oh, this is different.
But it's also quiet, which is, again, I anything that plays counter to the dynamic, right? Like fun isn't just let's get everybody into like a frenzy.
Yeah.
Fun is like the room is like there's stakes, and there's like, I mean, there's a competitive stake of like someone might win, someone might lose, but then also I'm invested in what's happening. Like that's where I think so many folks like do like a trivia thing.
Yeah.
The trivia doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's about like motorcycles or countries or factoids. Like it is all about like the middle school girls are about to beat the boys in Minecraft. Whatever, like it's the stakes, yeah. So like literally cracking a can of soda,
So
more quiet than someone else, is so entertaining. It's so good, yeah.
Another one that we've done recently that's just been really fun is we played. We're meeting them where they're at. It was like brain rot Jeopardy.
Oh, perfect.
So just, I mean, questions that I'm just like, what are these kids even like
just so
talking
cringe?
about? Yes. And like Jimmy, the associate at the time, like shows up in a suit.
Yeah.
Like he is in a suit. He's hosting the game and character.
Commitment. So that's the other one that I think is so important for folks is that like if you're gonna do it, do it.
Yes.
Don't do trivia in your street clothes.
Yeah.
Don't do, if you're gonna do Foursquare, there needs to be a mascot on stage with you, or you need to be, or treat it like middle school gym where you come out in sweats and a whistle. Like it needs to be, if we're playing Pirates Orders, there better be a pirate hat and probably some Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack. Yeah. If Jimmy walks out to a quiet stage, get out of here. It's gonna go over like a lead balloon.
Right. Yeah. So we just try to like get some fun games in. I'll ask my students all the time, what do you guys want to play? It matters more what they care about anyways. And so
is that like a formal group or kind of like an informal, like kind of like read the room kind of thing?
It's kind of an informal group. We have a student leadership team, and so a lot of times I will lean on them, but sometimes I'll just text a couple kids and I'll be like, hey, you're hosting this week.
What's trending?
What are you playing?
Yeah, cool.
You know,
cool.
and I'll let them lead it because when students are on
again,
stage,
the delegation, it's so good.
I love delegating. It's really fun. And those students love it too. Like they love the opportunity. It gives them that ownership in the ministry. Like, oh, this is mine.
Yeah.
And so we'll play those fun games. That keeps things fun, but we don't play a game every week either.
Okay.
It's not needed every week.
It's not expected. It's not the expect like this. Well, we got to find a game this week. Okay.
Right. No, not expected. I kind of just like plan out the year on a really big calendar, and I try to make sure we have enough games mixed up. But like the week after Paint War, we're gonna play a game because we want some of those kids who came to come back.
The fun and
they want
chain link the fun to the fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then the week after that, we can take a break from a game and have a service, which doesn't mean that it isn't fun. That's the other thing. Like discipleship, church is fun without having to add all these like crazy elements. A lot of it is your leaders and your students, like just creating that environment. So even when it comes to like the fun and like making church a place where like a kid like me would want to go growing up is them feeling welcome, knowing where to go. Like, I just remember walking in and being like, where am I supposed to sit? And just like setting alone. And so it's like, how do we eliminate that as a whole, you know, make these girls feel comfortable. And so a lot of times it'll still happen. Like students are awesome. They'll still leave a kid out, part of life unintentionally. And so I'll find them and I'll be like, hey, have you seen Sally? Go include her right now. Like go grab her, love her. And they'll do it. They just need that reminder.
Well, in the direction, right? Like this is, that's part of the formation of, you know, what we're about, what we're doing, how it is different than school. And I think that's one of the things that's always so important to keep in mind is like that you are, I think, in program spaces, in small group relationships, you are working against a lot of the cultural norms they experience in a school that stratifies based on like affinity groups or relationships that tend to insulate or isolate. Like that's some of our work, is to do some of those, not just like what I'm going to say to the room, but also the ways in which we're going to shape how they relate to each other too. So
yeah, and one thing I was thinking about when it comes to games, I don't know that any like student minister gets like thrilled about the extra activities and things. one thing I like really preach to myself is don't ever sacrifice your excellence because of laziness. So, for example, they love this game called Scatterball.
Okay.
It means that we have to move to the other building. We have to pick up every table and every chair and make barricades from our technology because they love this game though. Like kids will come to church because we're playing Scatterball. It's basically dodgeball free for all.
It's Scatterball night?
Yeah. Oh no. Like I have the funnest videos. Like I'm just standing in the middle and I'm like, okay, everybody start chanting Scatterball. And I'm like just videoing it. It's just the hypest moment ever. Like they're ready, but it takes work. Like even getting your dream teamers to do it and helping you, that's like delegation is still work. Yeah. But you cannot sacrifice the excellence because you're feeling lazy. Like, oh, I don't really want to move a lot of chairs, which sometimes that can be our leaning because we're like, well, I'm just going to teach the word and they should be here because, but it's like, nah, we've got to make it fun and we can't sacrifice because of how we're feeling that day. So it's one thing I've got to tell myself all the time.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Well, one more quick question for you. Thank you so much for coming by today. You started with a lot of leaders. It takes a lot of leaders. What is something that you would give to youth ministry friends to help them keep their volunteers motivated and excited? At the end of summer, we've made a lot of asks. School is right around the corner. You talked about the importance for you to like unplug and renew. What are some of the things you would say, do, or provide, or you are doing or would recommend for others to do to keep those folks that help make ministry happen encouraged and inspired?
Yeah, I think this is the biggest deal, like in your ministry.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get burnt out.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about your volunteers they have families, they have kids, they have a job. So they go from their job to church to home to make dinner for their kids to go to bed to repeat that. Yeah. And so I think acknowledging the weight of what they do for you is big. Like they can tell whenever you like care about their time, I would say. But the first thing that I like make sure my dream teamers are doing is like they've got to be attending service. Like it's the small things they need to be poured into, and they need to be spending time in the Word. You can tell whenever people are spending time in the Word.
Because for your folks, if they're serving on a Sunday or a Wednesday, like how do you make the split so they're not always tied up all week long? Is it they either help on Sunday or Wednesday, or how do you juggle some of that?
I prefer that they help on both. Okay. But there is flexibility. Yeah. The reason I prefer they help on both is because they're going to grow to love their students. Their students are going to grow to love them more. They're going to see more return, honestly, and it's going to get them excited.
But this is some of the encouragement of having multiple services on Sunday is to pay for them. Okay.
Yeah, so if they just want to serve on Sunday and not Wednesday nights, that's okay with me. But if they can serve on both, they can serve on both. If they just want to serve on Wednesday nights, like we're going to make that happen for them. But definitely just making sure they're in their Word, that they're getting poured into first, or else there's nothing for them to pour out. So that's the most important. And then I'd say celebrating the wins all the time. Like they need to hear it every single day, because they may be in a group where they don't feel like they're making ground with their kids, but another group is. And so to get to say, hey, this community group was where you were, working real hard, feeling like, is anything ever going to happen? And now look at what God has done. Yeah. And so celebrating those wins, reminding them of the why, like, hey, why'd you start serving here in the first place? What brought you here? What's our mission? Is going to keep them around and keep them wanting. It's not out of obligation. It's out of, I want to be here because I know these students need it. So you've got to remind them of their why. The other thing is like recruit the right people. Sometimes we just need people.
We just need more bodies. I need 5 more. I need 5 more, please. Yeah.
And it can be hard, whenever you're in that spot, because you really do need people. But when you recruit the wrong people, they're going to burn out. So you've got to find their sweet spot. Like really, there may be a leader in your ministry who they're not great as a community group leader, so to speak, but they would do great at check-in, and they would love to write cards for kids, and send them in their mailbox. Like I have a team who
imagine the work that you can delegate. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, it's amazing, and it means a lot. Like I went on vacation and I came home with a card in the mailbox from my check-in team saying, "We miss you, we love you," and I was like, "This is like." This is sweet.
Yeah.
And so just making sure people are in the right places in your ministry is huge, because that's why they want to be there. And if they're in the wrong place, they're never going to love it because they're not in their sweet spot. They're not using their strengths that the Lord has given them.
Obligated volunteers, just as an observation, don't last long and don't serve well. So if your recruitment was the shame of obligation, or you ought to, instead of do you want to.
Yeah. Yes. And you realize it quick, and they do too.
Yeah,
They're
do.
like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Like,
and you're like,
I actually hate this. And I was like, I see that.
Yes. Yeah. So it's just important. And I think the other thing is, don't waste their time. Like, don't waste a volunteer's time. This is our job.
Yeah.
And so we do it every week. And delegation is huge. It's super important. But also, like, when they're serving and they're cleaning up and it's a huge event, like, if you're able to help them, it does mean a lot. Like, if you're in a conversation with a student, you're sharing the gospel, like, obviously
do you
do
think?
that.
Yeah.
And I would say that to the same leader, right?
Right.
But, like, also just, like, step in and show them, like, hey, I'm willing to do what I'm asking you to do.
Yeah.
You know, because some of it is mundane and it's boring to take down 9 square and put 9 square up. And so just serve them whenever you can, appreciate them, take them to lunch, make them feel involved, ask them, where should we grow?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy being here? Like, so many leaders, when I called them at the beginning of the year just to ask, are you enjoying serving? We're like, wow, thank you for asking me
Nobody
that.
ever asked.
Right. So it means a lot.
Yeah.
Just don't waste their time and care for them really well. And they'll love that. And then whenever they are feeling a certain way, like, man, I'm feeling burnt out, they're going to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to feel comfortable because you've opened that door. And then you can help them, maybe give them a week to rest, or maybe they need another encouragement. You're like, wait, hold on. Let me remind you of what you have done. And then they're like, oh, wait, thank you. My mind was just in the wrong place. So care for them.
So
Love
good.
them. They're volunteers.
Yeah.
They're not paid.
Yeah,
They're doing it
that's
out of the love of their hearts for the Lord.
Their pay is in the love of, so gratitude and love.
Yes. Yeah.
That sounds good. Well, friend, thank you so much for coming by today. If folks wanted to connect with you more, it sounds like you have some things on social worth watching. I'm going to go find some scatterball hype videos now.
Yeah.
We need to set some of those to Braveheart. I'm going to get a little Alleigh blue face paint. Yeah, for the next time you do it. But where can folks find you, connect with you, learn more from you?
Yeah, I mean, Instagram is a great place to just connect with me.
Okay.
I'm checking it. You can always email me if you're like, I have a question about what scatterball is. Like, hey, I will.
There's some rules
I'll
for that.
respond. Yeah, so you can email me.
Okay.
Do you want me to give them my email?
Up to you. Yeah, we can put it in the comments below too.
Great.
Yeah, so.
It'll be in the comments below, so
There
you
you
can
go.
get my email there. But I'm always open for an email, and then if we need to have a phone call, like, let's talk. I love getting to learn from other people too. So I'm sure as you ask me questions, I will have questions for you.
Well, friend, we're always learning from you, and I'm excited for what God has next for you. So thank you so much, friends. We'll see you back next week on an episode of the Youth Ministry Booster Podcast.
Snap.